Welcome to the April 25th meeting, budget hearings. Appreciate you coming, Randy. First off the bat, we'll do contingency. Are y'all all good with 100,000 on contingency? Yeah,
Like it was, isn't it?
What it's been forever, it's,
Same as it was every year.
all right, next will be commissioners on page 2. I'm good with everything on the first page, y'all.
Had nothing went up accordingly.
the only thing I can see from last year's total budget was.
We're on page 1 now.
We're on one.
We're on page 1.
Page one.
Does anybody got anything on page 1?
I don't.
Or the first page of it, page 2? If not, page 3. All right, vehicle and equipment. I've got 300 on that because of trend. Anybody got anything?
Charles, what'd you say? You get,
300 on trend,
5 to 3.
300 on vehicle and equipment.
okay, I got you.
That does include not only the escape that sometimes a different department uses, but the custodial vehicle includes that as well, just to let you know.
But trend's 300.
Yeah, I'm not sure with both vehicles involved now.
Well, I mean, regardless, it should be.
How about 350, Randy?
Yeah, that's fine. It's keeping it the same as it was this year, 350.
Oh, you going up, Bo? You going the wrong direction.
Well, but it's
We're trying to
cut.
lower the-
Hey, it's the same as it was.
Well, now I'm fixing to ask a question, it may go up.
Okay.
Tendency on the trend on, travel is 5,400. We good with 5? I am if you are, but it's a question.
Well, that depends a lot on the training that the commissioners may need on
I
that,
won't have any.
okay? But,
Danny won't have any because he's certified. So it's up to the other 3 if they're going.
I will and Chris will.
I hope to have a lot of training done by the end of this year.
Yeah.
So,
Now, you mean this
We
fiscal
should.
year, we.
You talking about calendar or
Yeah,
yeah,
fiscal?
calendar.
This calendar
It'll be,
year.
you know,
Yeah.
6 more months worth.
But I think we've allotted for Chris, but I didn't know if you was gonna take any or not because you've
Yeah.
only had 1.
Yeah. I'm heading to one when, in end of May, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the end of May, there's one
Yeah.
more.
We all already registered on it.
well, if that's the case, we ought to be good at 5.
Do what?
Leave it at 5. That's
That's fine with me.
okay.
I just wanna make sure.
Chuckle to hear.
In education and training, you got it at 7, so if we're gonna leave that 5, leave it 7. General supplies, materials, trends, 9,200. I'm good with 9,200.
I am too.
Equipment lease, it is what it is. Telephones, I think we finally got kind of a handle on that. Gasoline and diesel, trend is 750.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, right now, we don't know what gasoline.
Well, I mean, it's kind of moving up and down, but I don't think the futures is all that high, so right now.
Futures aren't.
Futures is about what it is, so 750's
750.
trend. We good with that?
That's fine. I'm good.
That's all I got. Y'all got anything?
I don't.
So what I see on the commissioner's side, the changes are gonna be on page 3, which are going from vehicle and equipment to 350, travel to 5,000, leaving it at 5,000. General supplies at 9,200, and then the gasoline at 750.
Gasoline 750?
Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
750.
Good deal.
Next, while we're waiting, we'll do human resource, page 7.
Page 7.
7. Yeah. Human resource, page 7.
All that other. According to which page?
Well, I didn't know if you needed to go up there. You're good right there. It doesn't matter to
Yeah,
me.
fine, me.
Page 7,
I didn't know if they could hear you.
I know it, but I'm saying, they have
Hang
that
on
work
just a
stuff behind it that's numbered too when you turn.
They ain't hearing me, so I don't know whether they can't hear you or not.
I believe, here, right here's the tab,
Yeah, and this,
stick on that.
did you already have that? We did that this
need
morning,
to do
Charles and I
this.
did that. this
Stick
morning.
that on there, and that'll put you on that.
See, that's, you know.
Good.
Last
I'm gonna do mine.
here.
year was this year.
All right, page 7.
Hang
I can work, I
on,
can live with that.
Okay,
or some which way.
Me and Arlene had already talked, and retirement contributions, were we good at 10 on that?
and this retirement contribution is for the old, defined benefit plan that was froze years ago, but we have to pay, suggested amounts into it each year, the ACCG sets. And each year it kind of comes down, so you can see what it has been in the past, but you see what we paid for this fiscal year, so, I'm good with cutting it down to $10,000.
Okay.
And that was on what?
That was on retirement contributions. The next one was unemployment insurance. We've lowered it down to 6,000, and you're still good with that.
I'm good because we have a very good rate now. It fluctuates based on how many unemployment claims you have. We haven't had any in the last year and a half. So our rate is exceptionally good. Now, it can go up at any time if something happens with the economy and people have to be laid off, that can change. But right now, I'm comfortable with cutting it down to 6,000.
Right here,
I know.
right there. It's two of
What about workman's comp?
contributions.
Yeah, but what did it
Workers'
say?
comp, I'm not sure
Gee
we
whiz.
have enough.
What'd y'all say for retirement?
10?
10,
Yeah.
and unemployment went from 11 to 6. Right.
Right, that's correct.
That's correct.
We took 19,000 off on that one page.
We whacked her good.
See, I'm keeping up with.
I did
all
good,
at the
Bo.
Very top, yeah.
You doing better?
Well, I
Keep working.
had to influence her just a little bit.
Had to twist her.
I had to
Had
influence her
twist
just a
arm.
little bit. Education training, you've got 3,000.
Can we
Can you
back
go
up
to about
just a second,
25?
Chairman?
Yep.
Can we back up? Randy and I were, I know what we put down for workman's comp, 310, but we paid $314,000 out actually already. We've had lots of claims, and I look for the premium to be even more than what we've estimated it to be. I'm not sure if we shouldn't increase it, or just with the understanding that there's a possible that it'd be
And
over
we paid
budget.
you
What,
think
January 1?
what we've paid out is what we should have for the rest of the year?
Is that 30,000?
We can always amend it,
314,000 has to be
right?
paid.
Well, can, but if we got a problem now, I'd rather go ahead and take care of it now.
No.
Do we need to go 315?
Well, now the 314 is what the premium was January 1. But they just did an audit on the 22. You know, they go back and audit the wages.
Right. And
we've got a $30,000 deficit that we have to pay. And he says that hasn't been paid yet. So actually, this is going to go up.
345 then,
Yeah.
would it?
345. So this should be, instead of 314,
We gonna put 345?
What do you feel comfortable with?
Yeah, 345, and I'm going to verify that too, Mr. Chairman.
Well, we'll go ahead and put it down and,
put a question mark beside it.
Right.
yeah.
To make sure it
he'll-
hasn't been paid.
He'll run it.
Highlight it.
Good with that page? Next one, training, you got 3,000. Is there any wiggle room on that one? I know
There's
you
not
got one in
because,
June.
I have two major conferences I go to, and my assistant goes to a year, and they're in June and in November. So none of the June charges are in here yet. So you've got hotels and everything, so I'm gonna use this budget up for travel and the education. I really don't think I've got any wiggle room. I've tightened those up about as tight as I can get them.
So the June one won't be in this budget year.
Yes,
It'll be in
it
this
will.
budget year, it's not in the numbers you're seeing now
June's
for
in
the
this
spring.
budget year.
Okay.
General supplies materials, I knocked it down $100 to $1,000. That's all I got. Y'all got anything?
What is the wellness program, Arlene?
The wellness program, Chris, that is a grant that I applied for before COVID to do some wellness training, and then whenever COVID came along, that all got canceled, but I had got the grant. And so where you see that's been used, that was whenever I used it for the wellness, and basically the wellness to get everybody back out together after the COVID. We had a picnic, and it was all within the guidelines of the grant that I had got from ACCG. So I plan on doing something like with this money, because it was the free money that I got.
Yeah.
So that's what that's about.
So it's actually a washout, more or less.
Well, I'd like to keep the difference between the 2008-23 in my budget, so whatever that comes up to, $1,100 or what? 177, right? Good with that?
Sure.
1177 is what it comes up with.
1177.
Yes, sir.
You ready to recap, Randy?
Yeah. We had the retirement contributions, we reduced from that frozen plan to $10,000. The unemployment insurance, we reduced to $6,000. The workman's comp, I'll verify this, but we're increasing it to $345,000. General supplies material, $1,000. Wellness program to $1,177.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arlene.
Elections was gonna come, wasn't they?
Elections is supposed to be tomorrow.
Okay. Let's go to page 6, technology.
Hold on a minute. Page what?
6.
6, technology.
Go ahead and tab it.
6?
Where you'll know where you next. 6?
6, technology.
Page 6.
Okay.
All that's pretty much on trend. You got anything to add to it, Randy?
I do not. It is on trend. Technical is most of that is our software programs that we use for this entire building. And then the technical support is technical support. That's a set fee for the entire county operations. So there's not any wiggle room in this.
Arlene, can you get Karen? See if she's in. She may be at lunch. All right, next, let's go to annex, page 18.
Pages got sideways here.
All right, there.
Pages have got sideways on it.
I keep hitting my mic, so. All right.
Building maintenance, trend is 7,300. I put it at 7,500.
Most of the time on the building maintenance, besides just the general upkeep, is the,
Buildings.
sometimes the extra, which we had before in the past, the cleaning of the carpets and the tiling up just for COVID viruses and things of that nature, which we really don't do every year, but we try to do at least every other year.
Which was requested.
Because we got our own janitorial staff, but sometimes we have a deep cleaning.
Yeah,
of things.
75.
Okay.
One question on, no, that's right. We're good. We're good with 7,500.
On the building.
Yeah, on the group insurance, it wasn't showing nothing for 21, 22 and 24.
Well, that's because our, cleaning ladies are now 30 hour.
What are we on?
Oh, okay.
Building and maintenance, here on page 18.
That would be the group
Page
and also
18
the
at the
life
bottom.
and short-term disability,
Yeah, that's what
all the,
He's-
all that, which was not in there in the past.
Right.
Now they've got some much more cleaning to do. General supplies and materials. That's on trend, I think, because
Yeah, about half of it's been used.
it's 1450.
Yeah.
Cleaning supplies, trend's 2850. You gonna go 2850?
Be close.
Yeah.
I mean 3850, I'm sorry.
How much?
3850. I don't know why I said 20. 3850's trend. And electricity's 38,500.
38,
Yeah, yeah.
Give or take a street light or two.
Huh?
Give or take a street light or two, huh?
Yeah. May have to cut them off, we have to.
LED,
Don't leave the lights on at night, that's what we're saying.
replace LED.
LED, well, we did replace with LEDs, so,
Turn the thermostats up.
that's right.
the difference.
Well, we
Right.
pretty well keep ours about right.
You gonna leave it at 40, or are you gonna drop?
Do what?
What amount?
No, 38.5.
38.5. Don't you work late?
No, that's just,
Do you want a recap so we can get carrying?
The annex building, we had changes on the building maintenance to $7,500. We had cleaning supplies, reduce it to $38.50. And then we had electricity to $38.5.
Yep.
Next up is Karen with mapping. Appreciate you coming. Page 14.
Back of it, Danny.
Page 14?
Yep,
14, yep.
page 14.
Dang, it ain't even showing on the headway for it. It's actually 13. Page, on mine says 13.
Mine's 14. You got the wrong one. Get to what Randy printed out.
Yeah, I got 30.
He said.
Well, if you go to
you're
what
at the
Randy
wrong
printed
one.
out, it's 14. Keep
Keep
flipping.
flipping.
One more.
One more.
Well, that's all the explanation stuff.
That's all. All I got right there. Y'all ever find it?
Yeah, I got it. It's right.
That's explanation.
This one here with the hand wrote number.
See there?
Right.
Yeah.
Board equalizations.
You can forward it. And all that other work. I think it's ahead of that.
It's way up here, dude.
Yeah, it's on.
How about 12? I don't see it.
I think yours got skipped.
I think my book got skipped.
Stick around for a while.
Mapping
I'll
GIS
share with
14.
Here it
You
is.
got it here.
We got it.
He got it.
Give him one of them.
Yeah, mark it with that, so you'll know.
I got it marked now.
All right, first up,
It was just hit.
PepsiCo, I took it down to 4,500,
45.
because that's a trim.
Same
It's
thing.
pretty close because, you know,
Same thing.
Retirement,
And general supplies, I took it to 19.
stayed dead a little bit.
I'm sorry, what was that?
General supplies, I took it to 19.
1,900?
Okay.
That's all the changes I've got.
That's all.
You see in your notes there, you'll see that it entails quite a bit of, Karen can elaborate better
The
than me.
professional is oblique imagery. We do that every 3 years. We do a flight, and then we pay yearly installments for that. And we are getting ready to come up on the next 3-year flight of that. The other part, the $2,090, is the remainder of the 2023 ortho imagery acquisition.
I'm good.
I don't have any
Actually,
questions
it's
on the
down from what we had before.
professional, because
Well, yeah,
it's all spelled out.
Just leave it
ortho
what
imagery
it is.
is, that's the last payment. We've done the flight.
So the only changes you see on mapping as far as the retirement down to $4,500, which we possibly have overstated that when we was doing the reports. We're kind of adjusting that as we go along. And then the general supplies and materials down to $1,900. Most everything else is pretty much set.
Well, I think once we get the salaries, what we're gonna do on all of that, then some of that will possibly trend up just a hair, but,
Yeah, it'll
I mean,
just,
if it's 2%, it's 2%, it's 3%, for whatever. So,
whatever the commissioners decide on the salaries, it'll adjust the social security and a few
But
things.
we're getting through the spending part before we get to the salaries.
You got anything you want
We'll
to
kinda
mention
look
to
at
the
that.
commissioners, Karen? While we're here?
Does that mean I got an approval for additional monitors
Yes,
for Janet and myself?
mhm.
Sweet.
It's in there.
Yep. That's the
You might not have had it.
bottom line added all the way at the bottom.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. You got a new line item right here.
That's gonna cover the 2 monitors, right?
Yes,
Okay,
for 2 months.
because it's in there.
Thank you.
We got any questions, Ian?
You got any questions of us? Karen?
I know we're not doing salaries today, but can I just make a comment?
Yeah, sure.
There seems to be, y'all's favorite word, trend of morale in the building. Things tends to go down, especially lately. Employees just want to know that they're valued and they're respected, and I feel that you do respect my job. Your return on investment for increased salaries, you'll be able to retain and engage the skilled employees that you need. With the growth in the county, the scope of the work is larger, not just for GIS, but for all departments. And consider the pay increases in market adjustments. Just because we're a government facility doesn't mean you shouldn't be competitive with the private market. And that's all I want to say.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Next up is extension on page 64.
Hey. I'm good. How's everything extension office?
Good.
All well, huh?
want a copy of this?
We're going back now, Danny.
I got it too, buddy. I jumped on that one.
See, yeah, that looks real close to this, right?
These sticky.
We're way in the back.
That looks good. You didn't change it, did you?
Well, we will jump around.
I did not.
And I got mine on page 64. There was-
That's okay.
Thanks for coming, Susie.
Thank you for having me.
Hold on, Susie, I ain't ready yet.
No, I can be here all afternoon if y'all want.
Who ain't ready?
I'm good to go now.
All right. I guess first change I got is PepsiCo. I've got it, trend is 865. We might want to go about 900 on it.
Well, so that's retirement, right?
Right.
So with Macy's position transitioning to be a UGA position, we won't need county retirement because UGA will cover her benefits.
But that is, reception, doing any retirement on, do you know?
If we consider her still as a full-time employee of Banks County, based on her, contract with ACCG retirement, if she contributes, we have to match.
Well, that's what I'm saying, as far as the clerical. But Macy's moving to the UGA
Insurance.
insurance and retirement.
But will we, is we still gonna pay a clerical salary for someone?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that,
I don't think y'all do.
is that, that's in there now, is that the clerical? Because that seems a little high there.
The clerical, are you referring to salary or referring to retirement?
Retirement,
Retirement?
okay.
So our admin assistant, is that what y'all mean when you say clerical? You're talking about our admin assistant? Hannah?
Hannah.
Yeah, she's under the UGA county contract, so she does TRS through UGA.
Okay, so she does through UGA then?
Your educator is on the team, she's on that.
Yeah, and she's transitioning to UGA.
She's going to
So
UGA.
that's nothing now.
Place this position is what I'm asking.
So we've got a AmeriCorps service member, which is separate, but so we won't have a county-funded benefits package. We were able to get UGA to put some money towards this position.
100%
Yeah,
UGA coverage. That's what she's saying.
But we'll be paying someone a salary, correct?
y'all, so it'll be under county contract. So this is the one that we have for this fiscal year.
UGA.
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 Give me one of them things right
That's kind of what one do.
Now is gonna be paid through UGA.
Yes,
See that?
under this extension service salaries on the second page.
Okay. Gotcha.
See how that jumps?
Yeah, I did.
So basically, we're just reallocating.
Arlene, I want her to see what we got here. The 4-H educator that we had, this line item here,
Yeah,
is not gonna exist anymore.
so I will not be paying
I need a little boost.
All right,
It's gonna go right here.
so then we strike that and the retirement both then, because it goes over here.
All of these, and then Charles and I had discussed, which we can talk about it, some temporary funding for our AmeriCorps for this summer. So we might have a part-time position in the summer.
But if
With some dumbbells, you know. There's some beats.
then we can run that.
We'll get us some beats.
If it's temporary part-time, then we won't have any benefits at all.
Correct, correct. It would just be wages and FICA taxes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify, that I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna be paying a full-time person.
Yeah, we're
because
gonna,
of it.
reallocate all this,
36, what do you think?
putting it here,
36,
I got
3679.
3679, and the only thing you'd have would be social security.
Social Security is it, you can strike this number there, substitute that, you can strike that.
Yeah, all that's gonna be
You
gone.
can strike the life insurance, the short-term disability, the retirement,
Jump. We need to
all
try
that can be struck.
That's,
If all of them's gonna be from UGA.
Payroll numbers, not
She's
full-time.
gonna be UGA employee, that, so like that's,
Yeah.
you can see, this
That's
is,
what I was trying to clarify.
this is Zach,
Her
this is
big
myself, and that
Oh,
Hannah.
y'all, so I'm eating
And
beats.
so all of
Be
this
home
just
in a little
gets
bit.
billed to the Board of Commissioners quarterly. Oh, really?
Sound like a bunch of horses over there.
Oh, that's a big,
So I'd zero out, right?
yeah,
The only thing is leaving a little bit of that salary money to help bridge our AmeriCorps. So we have an AmeriCorps service member. She's great. Her term is going to end June 30th, and she can re-up on September 1st. So I am requesting that a little bit of that money, $3,680 that we're saving, that we can use that to keep her on for July and August. That way we keep a talented person in Banks County for a whole nother program year. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, what line are we on now?
What line are you on?
Well, I put it under the 4-H educator line, just because we didn't really have like a temporary funding line.
4-H educator.
But so 4-H
So
educator,
take
instead,
it from 42 down to what?
3,679.
3,679. I think she trumped you, Arlene, on getting money out of the budget. No, what I'm saying is, you talking about how much money we got to cut on you?
Oh, it's a motor.
We cut about 38,000 on her.
Well, wait till you get to page 2.
I know.
Yeah, not through yet.
Yeah.
This story's not over yet. This
Yeah.
story's not over yet. We got.
Randy's face when she said that, it turned red. We're in
Well,
trouble.
let me clarify this just a tad. If, on your printout there, you see the 4-H educator, it's gonna go down to $3,679.
Right.
Your group insurance is gonna be zero. Your life insurance is gonna be zero. Your short-term disability is gonna be zero. Social Security is gonna be $282. Now, the funds.
much?
$282. The funds that you did have for the 4-H educator is going to another line item. The line item is on the next page, extension service
Salaries.
It's going from $52,353, which is in your budget this year, to $96,281. That's where it's coming in at. And also keep in mind, though, that $96,281 includes Social Security that University of Georgia is going to be paying, but we reimburse them for, and other, and retirement, it includes retirement as well. The University of Georgia pays that, but we're reimbursing the University of Georgia for these benefits. So that's why that's why you're lowering the 4-H educator line item, but you're increasing the extension service salaries.
But we're still saving on the insurance and Social Security and retirement and all that, so
Where you're saying.
it helps us to move it to the,
Cause we're being reimbursed, you said,
Extension
on a lot of
service.
that, right?
Well,
no, we're not being reimbursed, we're not having to pay it, or we're paying a percentage.
We're
This
not-
96 is a percentage of their salaries.
yeah, we're
that we
not
pay.
having to pay it up front. But when we're not paying we're not paying a certain portion of it as well. We're not paying for the county's retirement, and we're not paying for short-term disability, for county's, short-term disability or any other, or group insurance. But it does kind of feed into the University of Georgia to a certain extent, that they pay some of the benefits and we reimburse them. It's just going from one line item to the next line item.
But see, now, on that, the salaries, we're paying, this budget period, right now, we're paying 52,000. Right?
That's correct. That is
All right,
correct.
and then the next year it will be 96,000,
That's correct.
and that's that new person.
Well, she's not new, but bringing her on to UGA, is that better?
There you go.
Bringing her from being entirely county funded, county benefit paid, now UGA is going to contribute to her salary and pay all of her benefits, other than the contribution that the county makes to her FICA taxes, like Social Security and things like that. And so, but basically, we're taking all those first 5 or 6 line items, combining them together and putting them under extension service salaries. No, you're
Yeah, we
saving
are.
about $1,300 at the end of the day.
We're saving insurance, that's $10,800.
Okay, all right, I didn't.
We're saving life insurance, short-term disability,
Did I take?
a good bit of the FICA,
Okay.
the Pepsi, match.
Okay. So it didn't just wash out.
No,
Well, there is a.
Didn't completely, but probably saved
You should,
It's about
and
$12,000-$15,000.
yeah, by doing it like that.
All right.
Well, you're saving some, but I mean, it's helping. Would you estimate, what,
It's-
$1,300 to $1,500?
It's $1,300.
$1,300, you're saving $1,300. And I may add, can I
By
ask you a
moving it
question?
around.
It can't because we're saving group insurance.
But we're still having to contribute through the UGA. Am I correct,
That's
Brandon?
correct.
Not that full amount,
What
though.
I'm hearing.
Not the full amount, so what y'all are currently contributing to the 4-H educator position is $46,145. That's with salary and benefits. Under this 41,191 at the top line, 10,000 of that is reimbursed by the Board of Education, so the Board of Commissioners pays it, and the Board of Ed sends y'all a check, I think twice a year. And then 2,000 of that actually does come from UGA right now. So your current contribution to the 4-H educator salary is $29,191, and then plus benefits, your current funding of that position is $46,145. And so saving about $5,000 overall, putting her on making her a UGA employee, but then I am requesting that $3,680 for the AmeriCorps position as a temporary bridge to keep a talented person here for another program year. So this fiscal year, at the end of the day, it's a savings of about $1,300.
Does that include the reimbursement we will get from the Board of Education or not? At 1,300
It does.
savings?
Yes.
Okay,
You mean in my calculations?
yes.
Yes, because the number that I used for your current contribution to her salary is $29,191. That's that $41,191 less the $10,000 Board of Education contribution, and then less the $2,000 that UGA currently contributes to Macy's salary. Does that make
Right.
sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. It's a lot of numbers
Okay,
flying around.
So the line
All
item is we're actually going to save $1,300.
This fiscal year. Yeah,
Right.
for fiscal year '24, yes.
Right.
All right, if you add all that we're taking off, that's $58,965. If you take what the line item is over here requested, it comes up to $43,928, which gives me a difference of $15,037. And if you add the 36 into that, I'm back to the $12,000 we're saving.
Yeah.
So we are saving $12,000.
Let me find one piece of paper.
But it's all according to how much we're having to contribute back to the university for,
Right here is what we're recontributing.
Yeah, Charles, will you walk me through that again? What number?
The 96,281 is what we're contributing back.
96,281 is what for fiscal year '24?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct.
okay. Walk me through where you came up with 12,000.
He came up with this right here.
If you add up all of those first lines, it's 58,000.
But you have to, and then less
965.
12,000. Because 12,000 of it is reimbursed, 10 from BOE and 2 from UGA. So all of these lines less 12,000, excuse me,
46,965.
which is the current Board of Commissioners funding towards Macy.
But on this revenue side, we're not on the revenue side, we're on the expenditure side right now. The expenditure for that one is $58,965.
Okay.
So what you have on expenditures is $43,928 for a difference of $15,037. Okay, so we're saving $15,000, but then this AmeriCorps is $3,679. So if you take that off of
That's
that, we're still somewhere around $12,000.
Yeah, so if we're looking at just expenditures.
That's all we're looking at
well,
right
then
now
there you-
is
Yeah, we're saving
expenditures.
$12,000.
So, Phew. Think we got that. All right. Y'all got any more questions on that? Everybody
Everything else.
semi-clear on it, sorta, kinda?
It's still a little fuzzy.
Next time I'll bring a PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm happy to keep talking, I mean, we can keep talking about it if y'all want to.
He
The,
stays a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
he's real fuzzy. The travel, the trend is $2,100.
Yeah, so now we're a 5-person office with that AmeriCorps service member. So this is money that helps us, now that we've got 5 folks, we can travel more in Banks County, delivering programming to Banks County residents. And this also helps offset a little bit of the cost of traveling to professional conferences.
Okay. Y'all got any more questions on that page? If not, page 65 on education and training. Have you got something coming up between now and July? Because all we've got is $150.
Yeah, I brought it down to 450 for my request.
Okay.
So that, I calculated that, to cover the cost of registration fees for a statewide professional conference for each program area, so for ag, family and consumer sciences, and 4-H. So between the 3 conferences, $450.
Everything else I've got is on trend. Y'all got anything?
You need the 450.
Yeah, so those annual conferences help us network with other folks across the state, and also it's how we are delivered the up-to-date research from the university in order to bring it back to Banks County.
Everybody good? All right, Randy, you want to recap?
Yeah, we'll go back to 4-H educator, page 64. We're going to leave in there $3,679. Group insurance is going to be 0. Life insurance is going to be 0. Short-term disability is going to be 0. Social Security is $282. PepsiCo is going to be 0. Page 65, I've got remains the same.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
What you got?
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. All right.
Who's next?
Let's go to page 75 and get historical building maintenance. Page 75.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yeah, how about a year from now? Thanks, John.
Thank you, ma'am. I put 8,000 on it. I know they requested 10.9, but
That's roughly the trend, isn't it? 70.
it is, but hopefully we won't have to do nothing else the rest of the year.
Good.
I think part of that might have been a high water bill,
Wow.
but,
What do you got that listed as?
8,000.
Well, you're almost there, and that's just through March.
Well, I know, but hopefully we'll have nothing else.
I don't know. You got your elevator maintenance there. And of course, you got your water and you got your power.
Well, we got one of the water off now,
Yeah,
so.
and you got your security alarm system. It's big, I don't know whether you're gonna make 8 on there.
No, let's go to 9 then.
Okay, I'll go with 9. I'll take what I can get there.
Anybody got questions? Next, page 76, natural resources. It pretty much is what it is, $8,938.
77.
76,
76.
next page.
Yeah, you can see the letter from the the natural resources, it's not gonna change.
It's-
That's exactly what it's gonna be to the
Set
city.
what it said.
Everything.
No change.
Was the library coming?
They were not coming. They
Well, we'll
kept-
do
they kept-
library, page 77.
They kept it the same.
Mark it down.
Same as last year.
And they've kept it the same for the last, well, 3 years. We're print here.
77?
70.
Yeah, page
One,
77.
keep going right there.
I ain't got a 77. I got a 78 and a 79.
We'll go back one.
I don't,
There you go, you can have this. I don't need it. It's the same.
You know,
What that is.
there it is, there it is.
Okay.
Way on there somewhere.
they all get confused in that. You just have to pick and choose.
It consists of the 108,000 for the library and 2,500 for the Piedmont dues. And they've kept it the same for the last 3, according. Yes, sir.
So is all of the salaries number minus the 2,500 dues, is all of that budget? It isn't line itemed, it's all grouped in,
We don't pay any of that, so we give them that sum to help cover the expenses that includes that. The only other extra that we have that's in with our liability insurance, which would be coverage on the building itself.
I think I made
They still get, do they still get
here.
money from,
Ask him.
the city of Homer?
Now, I don't know that for a
Because they were
fact.
supposed to be getting from the school, city of Homer, and us.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of funding they get from the school system or the city of Homer.
I think Homer gives 20.
I was thinking they was somewhere around there, but I don't, and the school, I don't think does anything anymore. 'Cause they do.
Yeah, yeah, they do. I think they give some.
I don't think they give any money, they do the books and all that, but it's confusing.
Well, I thought we had our clerk of court just walk in, page 23.
We through with that one, right?
Unless somebody wants to change something.
Yeah.
23.
Tim.
He's lost.
He just walked in.
23.
I don't know what, we're gonna
Darrell-
do Tim now?
Darrell could come in, code enforcement.
It'd be better the next time. Next time we do get this, all this other crap won't be in here. You can go to your page.
Well, while we're waiting on Tim, y'all wanna go ahead and do, hotel motel, page 86?
Page 86.
86, 86. I think it's all the way at the back, very last
You
page.
waited till I went to
Who
the
they
front.
working on now?
That's right.
Oh, Hotel motel?
It is trend,
Oh, you're looking at hotel motel?
hotel 86.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It's trend.
Let's talk about that for a minute. On that chamber where they get the,
Chamber doesn't get money off that, it's
this is
CBB.
just, this is all CBB. Chamber doesn't get any hotel,
They're two separate entities.
okay.
So where does that money go? Where is it?
Advertisement,
That's,
salaries, building they're out of, electricity.
So is it all getting actually used for that, or are we saving that money?
Some of it's being saved for if they don't have to use it all for salaries and stuff, it's for a building where they can have their own building instead of renting one.
Okay.
Why is it we don't have an actual, like everybody else, where we say salaries, what's being paid,
Right.
who's being paid to?
I reckon they've never asked for it.
They
Not
have,
that I know.
they have,
In the
they have
past,
an
we've always
external
got
audit
a-
done,
Audit from.
and I can provide
Where
you
they
with
did
the
their
audit
audits
that they.
and
They get
that
audited every
have.
other year.
But
Which shows all the
noticed we hadn't been getting that.
Yeah, it will show you all the expenses that they
Come on up,
incur
Tim.
in the,
So there's $412,000. I'm like
Hey, Tim.
Keith here, I'd kinda like to see where that's,
I'd like to see a breakdown of it.
yeah, before we're obligated to give them 40% of the hotel motel money, right?
By law,
Either that or you don't get
Don't
it.
get that 60%.
60%.
Now, that's for chamber and,
No, no,
No,
no, that is for
that's just for the CVB.
CVB.
So if we
But
wanted,
now, if you didn't want to give the chamber anything, then you don't have to. You don't have to.
but at some point, if we wanted to see some of that money being used to say
Beautify.
beautify the Banks Crossing area or something like that.
That would be CVB money.
So how do we, instead of putting that money in an account to save for a possible building, how would we get that used? Where do we go with that?
We could ask for them to use it of specific projects.
Okay.
I'd also like to see what advertisements.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like
Went
to
out.
dive in.
They've got, 2 billboards. They're adding 2 more,
Or, I have.
85. They're on 85. I don't think the other two's up yet, and then their webpage, I think they have to pay for that.
They used to, in times past, had brochures, they would go to the rest areas and put.
They still do that at the,
But all of that stopped, so I don't.
No, it hadn't either. They're still doing it. They're taking it up there to the one in Hartwell.
Yeah, I hadn't, up there they'd stop, but I don't know, I just,
But we can get a copy of the last audit.
they're supposed to give us one every year.
I would just like to see us somehow use some of this money and some other money to help clean up, beautify the I-85 corridor and light it, just because that's our major revenue source.
Actually,
And,
help the businesses that are there to
Yes,
thrive,
yeah.
instead of,
yeah,
I don't know, what are we looking at as far as that building? How much money are we talking, and how much do we have saved up, and what's the target goal there?
I think they've got $1 million or so saved up.
Where are we
And then
trying
they're
get
going
to?
to get the, I think it's getting a, grant to help pay for some more of it. Yeah, some kind of initial,
but
Word grant.
is it just going to be a housing for them, or is it going to be a?
it's gonna be a meeting room.
So we're going after another convention center here with that.
No, it's not gonna be a huge one. It's gonna be like, probably seat 200 people at the most.
They're going after that, not us, I guess.
But it's not gonna be that
I
thing
mean,
that,
if there's some way we could use that money to do something
At
constructive
85.
at I-85 with,
Right.
if we, rather than it sitting in the bank. we
you
need-
wouldn't wanna do it till they get done tearing up.
Yeah, once that, then we can
441.
beautify and get some lighting down there that people can see, because the lighting on it is atrocious. It's
It's awful.
terrible.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't look very appealing
Well,
there.
you're gonna get beautification lighting, you're not gonna get lighting that's gonna be lighting up the road, because supposedly you were supposed to get lighting that would light it up, and Jackson MC said that was the most they could put on a road.
Yeah, but they
According to
didn't have
DOT.
the poles there, and I don't think we were willing to spend the money to do what they wanted to do, so,
Well,
Well,
I think
one
we
of
could.
We need it to look good in the daytime too. So there's a lot of
but
it
I
more
know
than
it, but
just
what I'm
lights
saying,
that we-
it-
and this
it-
is
You know, the
people-
more lights you put on, the more people that's gonna run without their lights on,
right.
if you light it up
That's
too
their
much.
problem. I mean,
Necessarily,
but at night,
it
it's dangerous
needs
down
to
there.
light it up.
At night, it's
This
dangerous.
is a
And all-
substantial amount of money that we could really,
Yes.
could be used for this and not cost us anything, and really make this, polish this thing up and make it shine.
Make it
Well,
look good.
I brought the lighting up right after I was elected, and Yet said luminous was way too bright. Well, I checked on that, and the LED lighting shining down
Yeah,
is no luminous against you.
well,
That's what I was told.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
Well-
Chris
we can light,
Well-
I'm sure.
Well, Danny got with
Say,
Chris
Jackson
Harris
EMC back,
and Chris
couple
And they
years
did
ago.
put some LED lights in down there.
But
they-
we
they
need to
couldn't
get
put it
with
back.
them again and see what the initial cost would be,
Right.
then we'll have somewhere to start from.
Yeah. we-
Well, another thing we need to do, I guess, is
Do
have
you
a
agree?
meeting with the CVV people.
Right.
Let's get together
Right.
and kind of get our directly,
Yes, together.
general consensus here that we'd
Right.
like to clean that place, up, start a beautification program.
Right.
We do need it. We need it.
And
Well, they have a meeting the third Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
when, that'll be. And they're welcome to come to our meeting also. I guess we could ask them to come, or they could,
Well, I think if we're wanting to do it, I think we probably need to approach them.
all right, we'll do that.
Well, what we can say, we'll go to a meeting and tell them
Thursday, 2 o'clock, Danny, Bo,
when.
Third Tuesday at 1 o'clock or 2?
1.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right, I got it wrote down. All right, Mr. Harper, you.
Next up's Tim Harper, Clerk of Court.
What
Hey,
page?
you on, Ken?
We are page 23.
Hang on, let us find you, Harper.
Just give me an hour
He ain't even ready either.
to find you.
He looks half asleep out there.
Doesn't matter.
He been in court.
Oh, it's his nap time
It's
right
a
now.
far one, I can't stand it.
Just this back here. Where am I at on label?
23,
So I'm okay.
Just after him.
It's a 331, you haven't spent anything.
It won't take him long. We'll go ahead
So
and slice and
that's
dice
where
him and
I'm at.
send him out.
What'd I budget?
She act like she in a hurry or something.
Technically, you got back on this, you said that's not
First item I got is PepsiCo match, $2,400.
fair adjusting all of this. 'Cause-
That's the trend,
How much?
2,400. That's the trend.
Wait a minute,
Page 23, Bo.
I'm right.
Probably.
It's 22 on mine, Bo.
Well, not on the hand, y'all, if y'all going by handwritten,
But
it's
the real,
different than what I
this
got.
thing is
I got it.
The
23.
We
printed
don't have
sheet's
anything to do with
23.
audit either, do we?
No, I
No.
haven't paid it yet,
Wrong, flip it
but
over.
it will be that, it ain't gonna.
Flip it over.
No, it ain't gonna go down.
You, come over,
Yeah, it's not a bill yet.
go to
Yeah, I know it's
22.
coming.
Come
That's
on over
20.
one more,
Trying to get through the 15.
You on a different one.
right there.
I got two, page 23.
Yeah, so have I.
We got a bunch of them in there.
One
That's why I
of
say you gotta
them's
find the right
handwritten.
The
one.
one that's got what they wrote on
Okay,
you
is
got-
different than
And
what
the
we.
one is Randy's numbers.
Y'all good with 2,400?
Where at now?
On PepsiCo,
Yeah.
well, that looks, I mean,
Well, that's trend.
yeah,
Actual trend's 23.58.
let's do 24.
When we put that number in, we base it on assuming that every employee is going to contribute 5%, we're gonna match 5%. That's what we-
Y'all, know-
And of course, they can change that anytime they want to. So that's the way, the reason we put it in there, it looks like that. They may not be running that now, maybe a trend, but when we do open enrollment, they may all, your budget of the employees' departments decide to go up. So that's the reason we just put a straight 5% in there, just information.
yeah, most time, whatever they've done this year, I think is probably what they're. And of course, there is whatever raise is, that will also increase, but I think it gets us kind of pretty much a lot closer than what it was.
Let me see a piece of that.
All right, travel. Anybody got anything on, other on that page? That's all I had. On travel, trend is 1,464, so 1,500. You got something else you gotta go to between now and the end of the year?
I'll go to, I'll go to, summer and fall, and they've gone up to like $600 on that. No, $700 per conference. So yeah, I'll do most of my two trainings this year,
I think he
And
needs to take out of his pocket.
June and,
Take it from
November.
pocket.
Yeah. So you haven't done June yet? So
No,
you think
June
you'll
will
get-
come out of that.
So that's why you bumped it up to 2,500?
Yeah.
Well, that's because of that.
See, have fun at these meetings.
So 2,500.
Yeah.
All right, go back up. Bo's got a question on the technology.
Technology, why is it up from 82 to 96, Tim?
I'm looking at that right now, Bo.
And you hadn't used any.
Icon and Co-File.
Used any.
Icon and Co-File, Co-File, charges us just a standard $300 a month, and Icon was,
But you're showing you hadn't actually used any yet.
Used any.
we have now. We had already talked about that. They hadn't sent us a bill from Icon.
Is Icon $6,000?
Yes,
So there's your $9,600.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Co-File's $300 a month, just a flat $300 a month, no matter what I do. And then Icon's the $6,000. And they
So-
said they sent me a bill, but they didn't. But Randy's got that now to be paid.
So you went over from last year's budget on it then?
No, I
Right.
think they were down at like 55 maybe on Icon last year. And they went
And
up,
they went up.
yeah.
I tell you on the second page.
So that's why you're budgeting 6,000 for 2024.
So Icon and Co-File both went up.
Went up,
Co-File didn't, Icon.
Oh, Co-File didn't?
okay. You answered it.
Anybody got any questions?
That's something you gotta have.
Lease,
Where we at on this?
They hadn't got there yet.
No, but where we at? Oh,
That's
About
what
that.
spent so far.
Shit, only thing we cut was
Is it not?
PepsiCo.
That's it.
That's our copy.
But really, it didn't go up a whole lot, just that,
Well, we say that much cutting
Icon.
PepsiCo.
yeah. We said that much on the PepsiCo.
Only change he's gonna have is in retirement?
Yep,
So you're just gonna reduce this?
changed it
to
down
$400?
24.
That's it.
Thank you, Timbo.
I am gonna do another project, and Randy will, before I do it, I'll get with Randy and, come back to a regular meeting, and we'll talk about that, but I think I'm pretty much paid out of what I've already done,
Yeah, the indexing that Tim hadn't done.
and we'll do that again out of capital.
I'll look, but it's pretty close to being caught up in
I think it's
24.
pretty much paid out, so we've done good with that.
Good deal.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. Becky will be on page 9.
What page?
9.
Hey, Becky. No, you're fine. We got plenty to do.
Ain't pretty good, ain't we?
Yep, blowing and going.
When they ain't
They've been
nobody
adjusting
here.
the PIPs, which is retirement. I think they kind of overstated a little
Okay.
bit. So it's the only thing that they've been, the salaries are a little down.
Sure.
He may mention that. But that's not gonna change. He just hadn't billed.
Miss Becky
So I don't
calling.
see nothing there. That's good.
Give me one of them cookies there.
These
You
are
don't want these
figures
beat?
that you need.
Christmas shortbreads.
Oh, do they?
Here,
No, you just got 'em.
here. It's just like Christmas shortbread.
Christmas shortbread.
Yes, yeah,
Let me try shortbread.
they are, ain't they?
Mm-hmm. That make your blood sugar go up.
Vanilla animal crackers. How you gonna eat that with tobacco in your
I
mouth?
do it all the time. Me and Hoyt nothing to do anything with it. One side and one side.
That ain't,
Did they just dry that?
no.
We got beets.
You want some okra?
Okra,
We got okra.
dried okra.
I drank a gallon.
It's good. Try it out. It's good.
Be careful to break your teeth.
Yes, it is, yeah. Oatmeal on top there. I sweeten everything with honey. Yeah, with
He
honey.
put us on a vegetarian diet up here.
I'm trying to shake Maxwell up
Here,
here.
Becky, there's a fresh water you're gonna need.
Okay. Chris is back.
All right, Becky's page is
9.
nine.
All right, page
There's a
9.
bunch of 9s when you get up there,
What about
so be
page-
careful after you.
First page 9 of the second page 9.
Where it says
First page
tax
9.
commission.
I got it.
You got
I was
it.
Messing around there.
One with no writing on it. Originally, no writing. All right, I got the trend on PepsiCo is 10,341. How about 10,500?
Good with that?
That's all I got.
I figured, I knew that was coming.
I mean, the rest of it's trend. I mean, I don't know what else to do. And that was trend, so unless we got anything else we can cut.
That's great. I mean, you could bounce that in there, y'all bounce that off.
Well,
Eddie, Becky, you did 100 again for the advertising, but you were 190, you were over. So
Correct.
do you need to,
It's just a line item. The newspaper charges for my advertisement, but I get those back, those fees back as soon as taxes are paid on those.
Okay.
It's for the tax sale.
okay,
So we just have to put it as a line item.
Actually, you're
Okay.
pretty good, 190.
Yeah, it's always more.
Yeah, you're actually, you're too good.
our travel's actually down 300 dollars
Yeah.
from last year.
I know.
Same time as the county.
Shh, don't say that.
Yeah, we audit with the county.
She went down.
It may be in one of those times where
I am
you
too.
don't have to go to one of
Mention
them.
to the commissioner? You sure?
I think everything's good.
How's-
General supplies going up.
I hope you're considering that countywide for employees raises. Have y'all considering that?
We're looking, we gotta
Okay.
get through all this first and see where we're at, but
My girls do a good job.
thank you.
Thank for the same staff I've got.
Becky, I gotta tell you this. I've dealt with some other tag offices around. Yours is the best, as far as I'm concerned. Everybody that I deal with absolutely praises your office.
Thank you.
Becky tries.
Either that,
all
or
I
got good
got.
staff. I like it.
It's both, it's both.
It's both. It's,
We do have people from outside the county that call our office to need assistance, so they know we're gonna answer that phone.
Good group of girls in there.
Okra.
that okra got you. didn't it?
It,
I tried to give you water. Brandon, you-
I know, right? Is it, I might take it. But I'm thankful for my staff, so.
The only changes I see on the tax commissioner's line item is reducing the PepsiCo to $10,500.
Yeah.
Good deal, Becky.
All right, anything else?
Appreciate that.
That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next thing I got, page 17 courthouse.
What page?
17.
All right.
One thing I got on that is trend on electricity is $35,500.
35.5.
You want to leave it at 36, the same as we got this year?
I won't put it 35.5 because that's the trend.
Yeah, 'cause it's,
Gotta cut them something. Anybody got anything?
This is one of those departments for that building maintenance, you don't know what's going to happen over there. That's the
Well, I
thing.
mean, really, it's,
I mean, you just try to budget what you can on that.
Randy, how did our propane here come in
They come in
as
lower.
close as last year's.
You know, as far as differences in,
Yeah,
it's probably about as close as it's ever been.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
didn't really change.
I remember us voting on it last
What was you
week.
saying about building maintenance? Randy?
It's just one of those things that, with the courthouse, you know, you may have a tremendous amount of problems with the heat and air system from time to time, and it's one of those things that you're probably gonna have to consider.
That thing's got a dinosaur.
I
Yes,
mean,
exactly.
trend's 23,000, but, I mean.
Throw in the
if-
dark, more or
Yeah.
less.
If that tower, something happens to it, it's,
It's gonna be a capital expenditure anyway. But Tim does have to do a lot more work on keeping the tiles clean and the carpet clean and just due to viruses and the number of people that come in there this past year, that's for sure. But
Anything else?
35,500, that's only changes in electricity.
let's go back one page to 16, Board of Equalization. I didn't really have a change on that. Anybody got anything on that?
It's virtually the same as last year.
Yeah, I mean, they've already met for the year,
Right.
so it kinda, that's what it is.
Yeah, there.
Anybody got anything?
No, I don't.
On, code enforcement, page 78. I don't know that we really gotta have Darrell in here because this is the first go-round on that.
Page what, Joel?
78.
Right behind.
We just kinda came up with these numbers. I mean, the department head, the salary's what it is, group insurance what it is, life insurance what it is, disability what it is. Social security contribution.
I guess the only thing I didn't include, this is a new department that we came up with, and the only thing that I can see at this time possibly that didn't get included in this was maybe some uniforms. If you want to,
Well, but I don't think I'm there yet.
I mean, I don't even have a line item for it.
No wonder I'm not there yet.
They're written on.
Well, we may want to add one at the end. On the PepsiCo, I'm kind of more in the 600 range
Okay.
than the 17. We may have to look and see what,
What percentage he's doing.
because it'd be like 6 months. Okay. I mean, it may be more of that range, but we'll go back to it in a little bit.
On this, it says animal control down here, $500. Did we ever reach an agreement with that veterinarian's clinic down there?
Well, I mean, they're gonna help us all they can with at cost. I mean, they're not obviously gonna do it for free, but Kenzie told us it cost.
Yeah, right, well, originally, but we never did get that paper back from him and the lawyer or anything. I haven't seen it.
I hadn't either.
We hadn't gotten anything back from them, and, you know, we said we weren't gonna do that till we got that back from them. So I don't know when it comes time to, you know, they were wanting us to help with that line, and we said it depended on whether,
They all,
what we got back from them, so that.
But I don't,
already laid the line, hadn't they?
But I mean,
We ain't
sure
paid
hadn't
for it.
paid for it.
We hadn't paid for it, though.
As long as we ain't paid for it, they can lay it all they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, we hadn't paid a dime yet. It's
So
come
I don't
through.
know, but we haven't seen anything back.
Of course, now on that animal control may be in case Darrell gets bit and gotta do the rabies shots and stuff, so. But we've always had it in code enforcement, some money in there.
Yeah.
But we need to follow her up on that letter. And the water line, no.
I think the motion that night was we would make a decision on paying that when we received that information from them, and we
In
hadn't,
writing, yeah.
Say
and we
how
haven't
much-
received
They
anything.
may not ask us to pay for it, I mean, I'll
That
go
maybe
pay for
they,
it.
no, so I don't know.
how
Knowing
much-
Kenzie, he will.
How much it cost and all.
So, well, I mean, it's $31,000, what it was.
No, for the animal control
Oh,
and
yes.
stuff.
Hey, well, you talking about,
At
we put animal
$500
control in, you talking about
Take a long
millions of
time to
dollars.
pay back $31,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm just saying for per animal charge.
yeah. I don't know.
Anybody got anything else?
Did you wanna add anything for boots or
We
uniforms?
probably need to put a couple of $100 in for uniforms.
I
Is
don't
he gonna
think he's
have-
gonna need them.
Cost of that, those pants that he wears and all, that was from more than that. He said they were kind of expensive, it's like $50 a pair. And then $140 for boots is what we.
We allowed.
buy for boots that hasn't wear boots. So I haven't got a response on those.
Okay,
So how much? $1,000?
The other departments,
well, you
some
got
steel toe
one,
boots is
might as
getting
well figure
140.
150 on boots and,
140 on
$50
boots?
well, I'm just rounding it up, and then about 50 on a pair of pants and a couple of shirts, 50, so 250.
He'll have to have more than one pair of pants.
Well, but we buy like one a year, but we're not gonna buy all four. We don't buy anybody's all that.
What do we usually allow? One a year, so.
Most of them, we don't even pay for the pants.
I wanna say $300. Yeah, that would, pretty close, wouldn't it?
I mean, do we need to
Huh?
pay, if we don't pay for everybody else's pants, we don't need to pay for no,
Well, only
we don't need to start that.
Well, I think the reason you do it for him, because dealing with those animals, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't either. I mean,
300, good.
Fire department and the sheriff and them get their thing, sheriff.
Well, fire department has theirs through, cleaning service.
Yeah.
We going with 3 then?
300.
300, Randy.
Aaron told me, we give, service departments, road department, water department, $150 per person allowance for payments. And $140 for the steel cover.
Boots. Okay. We got them covered.
And no shirt allowance or anything like that.
I get shirts for the safety grant that they do have uniform shirts that for the last 3 years, I've been able to apply for a grant and get that.
$280, $300.
$300.
Okay. Change the PepsiCo to $600 even?
1,200. 1,200.
that went up.
Uniforms,
300.
$300. Good deal.
That'd be a new item.
Yeah,
Yep.
it will be a new line item.
Next, I guess while we're there, be planning zoning. I'll go get Carrie. Somebody can.
Huh?
I done been.
I'm good.
Did you want to,
What number's planning is on?
page 80,
Like
page 80,
80?
80, 80,
80 or 8?
80.
80,
80.
Turn that microphone away from me. I believe we can hear you better without it.
80,
That's much
Yeah.
better, is it not?
It's like it's
80.
scratchy.
You aren't echoing.
Yeah.
Page 80.
When
This
it's over
ain't
there.
right, yeah.
On the
we can hear you much better.
none-written one, not the one written.
Can y'all hear him okay? Without the microphone? Okay.
can't hear him anyway.
Thank you.
I definitely can't hear with that microphone.
Grab a chair. You sure can.
Not yet.
Thank you for coming, Kerry. First off the bat. Does anybody got anything?
Yeah.
I helped carry this. We tried to do trend,
I'll let none of that change.
I think we may still be high on the PepsiCo.
Yeah, but
Might as well go about 32 on it, cause it's 3,000 trend.
we just got to keep the legal fees, right? Even though we hadn't used them, hopefully we don't use them.
Where you at?
On the front
I'm
page?
above that
Oh. You gotta keep
on
up.
PepsiCo.
Wow,
Now legal fee.
yeah.
We're talking-
I mean, we have to have it, but
We,
we'll
I think we can kinda go down to, 500 on
About
it.
every
thinking,
part
let's do
of it.
500.
500.
Worry about that. It's at 3%, 5%.
500 on legal.
On the inspectors, is that our best option? I mean, are we better to do that, contract that out, or?
Unless you want the liability of getting sued in case something happens. I'd rather have a third party, and that way they're,
I mean, would we not run the same liability anyway?
no, because once we give them, for them to inspect, then they're liable if they miss something. I mean, there's another company we could probably shop. I mean, we
Hey,
could,
we
do
ever
that.
slapped it out for bid or not?
I think Paul did originally, didn't he?
I don't know, I mean,
I'm not sure about that. Oh, they shopped it out.
He called around.
Hey, I'd look in and see. Yeah,
when is their contract up, do you know?
I think it's this month to month.
month to month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a,
Now, we did take the fire off of them because we're not using them on fire anymore.
Yeah.
Steve's got somebody else because it was
See.
ridiculous.
I'd like to see us
Shop
get
that,
it,
yeah.
shop it, and let's see.
But I'd ask that guy when he come by and talk to me, when Steve brought him by, he's gonna be higher. He's about $15 higher per inspection. But I mean, we can always bid it out.
Wouldn't no harm in it.
Advertise it, we're liable to have three or four show up wanting to bid it. Who knows?
I just hear a lot of complaints about the inspectors.
No,
That's there, so,
Oh, I heard a lot about the one we had before.
Yeah.
that's right.
all right, then.
So we're gonna agree to shop that?
Yes.
I'm fine. Anybody got anything else on first page? Second page, we did take tubes and tires out because that was on code enforcement.
you don't take animal control out?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, I was gonna question that.
it's on
Yeah,
code
so it needs to come out of this one.
Well, it's got zero over there
Yeah,
requested.
yeah, I'll see that.
Took vehicle equipment out and advertising. But
Okay,
I don't know that we need to take advertising out.
we probably need that. But we hadn't used it, $17.
Yo, no, we've used $249.
$249.
Let's see what trend on
About
there is.
350 on advertising then.
What do you need advertised?
Yeah, the trend's 332. I'd probably put 350 there.
I was gonna say, I think that we're right at the 350.
Okay.
Three, how much?
350. Travel's 100. They gonna do it?
I mean, that's fine with me. I don't do a lot of travel, and so.
Y'all don't do,
Sorry.
y'all don't do any traveling?
That was on false.
Typically, if I
Huh?
have any calls that need to go out on the road, I send code enforcement, so that should fall under his budget.
Education at 600.
1250 on economic development.
I got a clue on that.
What, the 1250 on economic
No
development?
development,
And this was my first time I
I
worked.
think we need to scratch that out.
scratch that out,
I don't think we need that.
no.
I think that was originally put in there, if there
Supplies.
had to be some
Supplies.
letter, supplies, stuff like that for economic development, when we had an economic developer.
Looks to me like the economic development is, should be zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Equipment and supplies and equipment should be 1250, and then the equipment lease is 1700.
What's 1,700?
Equipment lease?
That's just your copier lease.
1,700 on it?
But the general supplies and materials, we had to buy a whole lot, kind of to start it out. Reckon we'll be all right, 1,500? We'll move it to 1,500. Telephone is trend, $100 in diesel fuel or gas. Probably need that in case they have to run out and do something or have to pay for some kind of training if travel goes over.
I wonder if this uniforms that's sent under planning was in there for the code enforcement.
It was,
Huh?
it was.
And so we don't need it here, and,
Well, but the ladies may need a shirt apiece.
well, if they want a shirt. yeah.
That's what it was in there for.
I didn't know if for code enforcement getting there.
Well, that'd be separate, but
Logo on it.
they may want a nice,
If it's okay with you guys, we'd like to keep it, but
I mean, that's fine. I was just wondering, because we put uniforms in code enforcement just now, and so if that was for that, we didn't.
but
need
they
it in-
see a lot more public and need a shirt than 911 does, because they see
Well, I
nobody.
agree with you. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm just trying to clarify what we, you know, what if they did.
So we're gonna start making them wear uniforms every
They
day?
gotta wear uniforms.
No, but if they got meetings and stuff,
do you not like my shirt, Chris? I mean, come on.
It wouldn't suit me. I mean, definitely better for you than it is me.
anybody got anything
And
else?
after that, now we get to pick your next shirt, that
That's
uniform
it.
shirt.
Okay, we got,
right.
reducing retirement to $3,200. Legal fees, we're gonna reduce to $500. Advertising, we're going to, put in $350. Economic development, that's gonna go down to zero. General supplies and materials is gonna be $1,500. Equipment lease is $1,700. And we'll leave the, gas in there at 100. And the uniforms at 100.
Yep,
Good deal.
thank
Good
you.
deal. You got any questions?
I'm good.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right, Thank
sirs.
you, Terry.
We're not too bad, are we?
Let's go to page 63, defects.
Sixty-three.
63. Public welfare, that's
Public
correct.
welfare. Give me a pen. We're gonna just throw these away after today.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
I took, the 13,000 to 11,500. That was a trend.
And that defects.
That's good. And that's about it, isn't it? Oh, I see.
Anybody got anything?
That's it. It's a very small budget.
Like you read the paper on the next page,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what you, they have picked up several more children they haven't put in there. I know that for a fact.
As you're aware, there's been an increase in the cost to move, most everything is rising. So you thinking that 13,000 is probably about the line?
I would say so. Because they had to move several into different places.
Yeah, I would think we probably just, if that's what they need, I guess we need to leave it.
I know that's one of the few departments we got where they don't never use all their money. They are real close every time.
How long have they had them though? Because I was going on trend.
Yeah,
They
Move them in.
they had it for a little while.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if that was already,
I don't know if the bill has come in, already, it's showing being spent, I don't know. But I asked for them to come before us and let them explain where we would understand it a lot better. But, and get a breakdown so much per child. Before we pass judgment on it, would you give them a call and please, get her to justify that? I mean, I know.
well, we've asked them to come, have we not?
I didn't, they just, we requested, got their request, and specifically asked them if they wanted to show up to the hearing.
You got the contact for them, me or you want to contact them?
I got a contact.
Okay,
All right.
one of us contact.
Yeah, I mean, if they won't come and do it, we got to leave it at 13. If not, we can go to 11:50, 11:05.
I know in the past that there's been cases where when we budgeted for things like this and they had an excess, they, instead of keeping it, they refunded it.
But she wrote this letter back in February, so.
But I'll contact them. Sure will.
Let's go back one to 62, public health.
Did you want to do anything with adult education
Do what now?
on page 63 as well?
That's 50.
They didn't respond to the request of being here. This is the same amount as we requested last year, or we left it at last year.
Same as last year. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I mean, their trend is down a little bit. We can go to 2,200. I mean, that's
I mean,
a little over
you know,
trend.
that's part of that is that,
But if we start,
1,000.
I mean, if we look at possibly using it as a voting precinct, then they're gonna have paper products and stuff like that. Cause that'll give us more voting room. We hadn't really talked with them or the elections, but that's a possibility of putting it in that big room of the adult literacy.
Yeah. What would it be, shouldn't be an issue with security and all that stuff, and electrical and all they need for all those machines?
Well, I mean, we may have to change the locks out during that time and then put the
I'm
other
so
ones
saying.
back in it and let them be the only ones. That's something we'll just have to talk about
Yeah.
with the fine out elections would be wanting to have it there and if it could work there. But that's the only building I can come up with that we've got that we have some kind of control type over.
I guess we just need to talk to them then.
you want to look at the,
Well, we can probably talk to them when elections comes.
sure, I've emailed them twice about, whether they want to respond to the showing up here, so,
And you hadn't heard anything?
no.
I'll give Linda Garrison a call then.
You want to look at the coroner's budget? Page-
Well, while we're right there, I was gonna go ahead and do public health unless they're gonna come, because I mean, that's page 62, we're right there at it.
Okay, that's fine. You know what they've requested from the backup. Same amount as what we had before.
Yep.
Health Department's 120,000, Avita 14,000. Of course, you throw in $2,500 for building maintenance.
I'm surprised they hadn't asked for more, I'm glad they haven't. But, anybody got any questions on that one?
They right there on their budget, they,
Same as it was last year.
yeah, but, and they right at trend, I mean, they,
Yeah,
yeah,
trend.
you know.
If anything's going to change on that, would just be building maintenance, and it's probably going to be more. But
at
they've got
least-
funds, they got
At least
funds.
we got the air conditioners,
Right,
couple
right.
to replace, so that's already been took care of. There anything on it?
They just,
If not, we'll go to recyclables, page 61. Of course, professional is out now. It's zeroed out. You just got the tenant. And his social security. Did we need to put something in there, building maintenance, $100 or so, or something? Or-
That was all within the same building as the fire department station, so they will absorb that. And they also absorbed the office equipment lease, that copier, small copier they had, the fire department wanted it, so they absorbed that as
The thing
well.
I was thinking about is the building where the recyclables is at Waste Management. Or do they take care of that building, or?
I've never known that we spent anything up
Okay.
there. Now,
I'm good.
Darrell said that as far as the supplies, they're pretty well stocked on, as far as banding the cardboard and things like that, it's in good shape. Biggest expense you might have is the packing of it if something happened to the machine. But as well, his supplies, he said $200 is fine. We could run into something, but
Most of it's Ronald's salary, other than that. $200. Do I got anything? Hearing none. Which one did you say, corner, page 38? I've got page 38, but that's,
I found 38 and it's fire,
yes, keep going, there's more 38.
much more 38
And 39.
here. And 39 are.
They're jumping around like bullfrogs.
Here's 38 I found. I'm tagging it. but,
Yeah, we tagging. Me and Chris,
No, Chris is tagging
he's doing his. I'm doing mine, because I picked my color.
yours. You were using his tab for that thing. I'm gonna snatch them all out tonight.
That's okay, Randy will throw them away.
What?
Sometime now, I ain't got it.
It's in there. It took me forever to find it.
Can't be.
Come on over.
'Cause that's fire department now.
Come on over.
738.
One more.
Mine's drug supplies.
Keep coming.
It's right after the capital funds.
I
request
know it's
fire
in there.
department.
Right there.
Ah, I got
Corner. You got it.
Way even on me getting lost a while ago.
Yeah.
it. Man.
It's easy if it isn't.
Fire department got a
tabbed.
lot to go through, or just took that out because I got the book. Really, about the only thing I had was travel, $3,000. Have they gotta go to training or something?
Beth and Mark both have to go to training, but the only reason he's increased it somewhat is because of the hotel expenses and everything seems to have gone up.
Yeah, but it wouldn't go up double, I wouldn't
I'm
think,
not so-
would you?
Well, I'm not so sure that both of them went this past year.
He's got Beth and Mark, so
But, as well, I believe Mark got some of his paid for because he was he a state officer?
Go 3,500 and make him sweat.
well, in 21, 22, it was 25.
25 will make him sweat a little more.
Well, that's about trend, 25.
500, ain't it? I'd say 25. What do y'all think?
What'd y'all say trend was, 4,500?
25,
25.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know, but what he's saying is trend's 2730. But I think what Randy's saying is that Beth's gotta go this time.
yeah,
She
he's
didn't
got
go
both their
last time.
names down.
And she didn't
I think
go last.
3,500 would be reasonable,
I do too, because
3,500.
3,500.
she's gotta go this time.
Where's he at?
Huh?
Mark not coming?
No. he's
No,
not gonna.
no. He didn't come after his first year. Uniforms, I got 150. And, gasoline, the trend is 760, so I put 760 on it.
I don't have a problem with that.
Y'all say the 1,200 for training and education was okay? Oops.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the classes there.
I'd
You really
like
can't.
to know how long is their training for it to run $3,500 for motels?
I'm not so sure that most of the time that training is in Jekyll, is it not? I believe it is.
I think it's a couple of trips.
Well, see, it's got, the travel is 3,500, and then on top of that, you got
Educational.
1,200 for education and training.
So that can't be
So-
for 2 classes probably.
Yeah.
He ain't figuring his, travel for going out. I mean,
Going 3,500 on travel. Education training.
That's $4,700, and usually you can book in, they had the rates, special rates, since you're on training and all. That's usually how it is. That's a lot,
A lot of money.
that's all I'm saying. I'd like to find out, you find out from them how many trainings that they have to have.
I will.
Yeah,
And it's, I'm sure it's more than just one day. It's probably a 3-day, or maybe a week. I'm not sure of the training they have there.
Well, I guess the biggest thing, if all of his last year was 1,000, and if both of them had to go, 1,200's probably gonna be about right.
Right, that'd be good.
But I'll,
As far as the training part.
It's
the
training
travel.
part, yeah.
yeah,
I thought we were pretty well set on the 3,500 for
Yeah.
travel.
I just would like to find out the training and all.
okay, I can find out. That's not a problem. So right now, we're set at, travel for both Beth and Mark is $3,500. Education, training, $1,200, which is just the cost of the courses. And then you've got uniforms at $150, and then the gas and diesel at $760.
We won't do road department, page 44.
Yep, see that now?
They get past the fire first.
I'm not sure we shouldn't have them here, the road department.
You ain't gonna get him in here.
Do what?
He don't ever come.
What if we request them, will they come?
We can.
Huh?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't hurt. You said 44?
Yep.
That's what he makes.
You got it?
But that 3%.
Hourly,
Can't
that's
bill
all
him
I
put
got.
in.
No, you're still on fire.
You know,
Yeah, click
we
on
had to
flipping.
put them
Keep
there.
on flipping. 49. You said 45?
44.
Oh, I got it.
All right.
Chris,
First-
I got lost this time.
It's after all that.
Right here, then.
There you go. First thing I got is PepsiCo match. I've got it at 11,000. Question, scrap tires, we didn't put nothing in there, but don't we have to pay Pritchett Tire
Well,
a
we
certain amount?
kind of, the scrap tires and the dumpster pickup, you know, that is part of the road maintenance. The sheriff's department moved all that dumpster to over there towards the jail because it's much easier for them to, when they go out on the highways and pick all this material up, and Lord knows, you know, what all they get. Take it there because road department's gates are locked throughout the day. So we'll move the scrap tires and garbage pickup, to roads and bridges,
We
It's
did,
gonna be an R and B.
roads and bridge tax.
so we don't need it here.
We do not need it here.
Save a lot of time by having that over there.
Absolutely. They can go in and out throughout the whole day.
Anybody got any more questions on that page? If not, we zeroed out prison detail because they're not able to get us anybody from the state. Now we're using county prisoners. The tires and tubes, I zeroed it out and put it on roads and bridges.
Well, that's kind of a commissioner's call because the tires and tubes is definitely on the equipment that's operated on the roads.
Yeah,
So 0.
y'all want to zero it out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
I've also got, I got building maintenance at 750.
$750. Right now, to my knowledge, everything is functional over there. The
Yeah,
heat's working, the air
that's
conditioning's
anything.
working.
Vehicle and equipment, shouldn't that be road and bridges?
Bridges?
It could.
Well, we're gonna put it roads and bridges. Small equipment, I've got it, roads and bridges. We
I'm
zeroed
not
out
sure,
equipment.
some of that small equipment, Mr. Chairman, some of that is maybe not as, I'm just thinking of the classification of it, the lifespan of it's what I'm getting at. to a
Well, we
certain
used
degree.
331 this year.
Well, they usually get it towards the end of the fiscal year, most of the time.
That's like, is that like the weed eaters and
Yeah,
everything? all
weed eaters and things of that
chainsaws?
nature.
But I don't think we need that much money in there, do
You don't put 1,000 in there?
we? Yeah, I don't, yeah,
That'd get about a weed eater and a chainsaw.
yeah. No good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, a weed eater, what are you gonna use a weed eater on the roads?
I mean, they're having to weed eat around these
So-
signs. We got so many signs.
So that
down
should be
there.
roads and bridges.
I mean,
That-
if it
that right
falls
there,
under that.
too, Sandy told me the other day that he had talked to the chief, that they could do a lot of the weed eating around,
Fire hydrants and stuff for 'em, yeah.
and he said they could do some of the signs too for 'em.
But we can get that out of roads and bridges if
Yeah.
it's for the signs.
Yeah.
If it's for the signs, we can take that out of roads and bridges. If it's for weed eater, I mean, it's for the hydrant, that'd be fire department,
That's what they think.
or water department, water department.
He could free up a lot of extra
I'd still leave it on the road and bridges.
I would just leave in your small equipment, nuts and bolts, and just odds and end things.
Put
that they need.
$1,000 in there.
$1,000 in there for what they may need around the shop.
Vehicle lease, it's gone to roads and bridges already.
Mm-hmm.
Advertising, probably need to leave 200 in there just as,
Yep.
security. General supplies and materials, why is it so high? Can we not come down about 3,500?
That's what I said.
Well, you're at 32 now. With the road department, that's a wide range, supplies, materials. I mean, they're picking up odds and end things at different hardware stores, janitorial supplies too is included in with that. Gloves that they may need, just a lot of different things that they
What
use.
about blades for the bush hogs? Is that supplies and equipment?
No,
That goes-
that'd be
that
roads
went
and
in
bridges,
vehicle-
because those are big. I mean, they're
Went vehicle
hundreds of
equipment.
dollars.
That's where it goes.
Let's go 4,000.
4,000 would probably be doable.
Signs, I've got all that roads and bridges. Uniforms.
Well, that's 140 for pants, 140 for boots for each individual.
What we got, how many employees now? 6?
Road department,
9.
9 now?
Is it full staff now? Minus one.
We got 8. Water, sewer, propane. Electricity, I've got it at $25,500.
That'd be about right.
That's your, road.
that's probably the trend, is
that's
that
your-
right?
That's your, stop lights and stuff. Do what, Randy?
That was trend, 25.5? Yeah, that's all your lights down at Banks Crossing. That's all the street lights and everything's involved in that.
You said
25.5.
Are we paying that even though those lights are out down there?
Pardon me?
Are we paying that even though those lights aren't burning down there, those?
Well, probably is, if the decorative lights are probably not burning.
The decorative are on meters, so if they're out, they're not running, we don't pay. It's a meter.
Do we
Yes.
pay for that, or is that something that we could use that, Convention and Visitors Bureau money for?
Right there, it has to be looked into on kind of the final line.
Yeah, that's
That for.
Well, I
I wish
mean,
we could.
probably somebody a lot higher than us going to have to make that decision.
Yeah, because I think back in the day, you got a grant to put all that down there,
yeah,
and, I have to check on that for you.
And I think we gotta look at the paperwork on the grant, because I think according to the grant, the commissioners are responsible for it.
no harm in asking.
No,
No, I mean, we just gotta look at how the
Doing
grant was written.
research on it.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they got the grant and the commissioners at that time, which was none of us, approved it, and you, oh, y'all did it? Well, I'm sorry. Four of us then wasn't responsible for it. That was how long ago it was.
go.
But I don't remember, you might have been at some of the meetings, and I think it come in on your term too,
Yeah,
on some of it.
yeah.
This kind of, we agreed to it, and then it was, some of it was put in and some of it was in.
We continued some of it.
What about even the street lights? Could they be?
Well, see, and remember, those lights that were put in down there, Bonnie Johnson got that grant that put those little
But that was
poles,
from the, CB.
CVB, yeah.
And that's
That-
where I'm talking about. the
That's
money
what
back.
I'm talking about. The best I remember, that contract said that the commissioners would be responsible for keeping them up
Back then, yeah.
and paying for it.
Will you look into that for us?
Those decorative lights,
Yeah, Aaron could probably find the contract, because there is a contract, because it was a grant.
And I think really the issue with those little lights, they aren't the ones that we would like to have there now. But the issue with those now is that so many new businesses have come in and they've cut those lines so much. Kenny's had to fix and piece and do all that to get some of these back running, and they just aren't working like they were
I
supposed to
believe
be
Bobby said
working.
they had new bulbs ordered and supposed to be here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Danny, you're exactly right. With the new businesses that came in and put in the drives and
They
the
driveways. and
they've
cut
chopped
them.
that up in so many pieces that it's almost just about, can't even be fixed. You just about have to put in a new panel box up there that's on the road and run new lines
I
to
think you'd
get
have to
most of
start
those
from
decorative.
scratch.
It's
You
just,
start, yeah, you just about have to start.
It even
from
had
scratch.
irrigation in there, and they've ripped it
yeah,
out.
they've ripped
That's the
all
same
that
way,
irrigation
same way with the
and all.
sprinkler system, that it was just, I mean, every time you turn around, it's chopping up the water lines down through there, which we were providing. And now it's just the fact that if the businesses want their grass to have water, they do it themselves. But,
And see, now those small poles that they put back in for those lights aren't sufficient for that down there now. And that's one of the major issues. And, but we need to do some
All right.
research on that.
So we at 25.5 on that. The gasoline and diesel, the trend is 48. As I hate it, reckon we need to go to 48.
I might be inclined to agree with you on that, because I'd like to see the roads bush hogged a little bit better and quicker.
Well, I think maybe with new equipment, we won't stay broke down as much, so.
We gotta get that stuff hooked up and on the road pretty quick.
Yeah, it's good
I
road.
I was
As far as I
noticing,
know, they are hooking it up right now. I mean, they,
I was noticing,
been looking at-
we have knee-high right-of-ways now.
You can avoid it bumping waste in a place or two waste.
Yep.
But there again, I talked to one of those guys the other day over there that does the bush hogging, and he said, does the bush hogging, and he said that, when it gets so tall, you can't see where you're going. He said, then you gotta run in low gear. He said, if we bush hog it a little bit more frequently when it's, with the bat wings,
Yeah,
you can move on with it and get it done quicker and more efficiently and kinda stay ahead of it, so.
but my understanding from Wayne is they gonna start within the next week or so.
Sooner the better, I think.
yeah, 'cause it's
I
high.
mean,
But right
another
now, they're
week or
trying to
so.
finish up with
grass.
some motor grading and some sidearm.
Baling hay.
Yeah, and there again, it won't throw as much out in the road either when it's a little bit less. So, yeah, Charles, if you think whatever you think on fuel on that right there.
I mean, Trent's 48, so kinda,
If that would cover getting it done a little bit
Quicker,
more frequently
efficiently.
and more efficiently, yes, Danny.
personnel's got a lot to do with it too. We can get, which we got.
Efficiency's
We
got
got a
a lot
couple
to
of
do
more.
with it,
We got a couple of more now that we didn't have.
Yeah.
You're saying 48,000 on the,
Yeah.
yeah,
Road paving maintenance has gone to roads and bridges, and striping's road and bridges. Bridges with 2,000, I cut it down to 1,000, but I don't know if I wouldn't cut it down to 500. Cause most all of that, I think that's gonna be wooden bridge and stuff
It
like
is.
that, can be roads and bridges, but I'd hate to take everything out of it in case.
let's do 500.
That lumber that we were talking about, will that come out of roads and bridges or what?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no reason. Can't buy a whole lot of lumber for $500.
No.
What about pipes there?
That pipe, I got it in roads and bridges,
Total,
all of
totally.
it.
Yep,
Gravel, of course, roads and bridges.
yeah, because we're not,
Here.
any used in.
You're gonna be busy, girl.
Well, I mean, we know it may be one less road to pave or a part of a road not paved, but, I mean,
Has Stratton started on the rec department, that road, and
he's supposed to have been here 2 weeks ago. It's
That's what I
supposed to have been here last week, supposed to be here this week, and I ain't seen hide nor hair of him. Now it's fixing to rain.
Mhm.
Is there a deadline that they've got to be, have that?
Yeah,
done?
well, yeah, November 1st,
November 1st?
but we was kinda trying to
we
get
got a
it.
lot of roads to do between now and then.
Well, yeah, I was trying to get it done, and then they could do the roads later on, so kind of at their mercy. Anything else? Not Randy?
Yeah, let me go back over this with you guys. Got down to the retirement at $11,000. We got, the building maintenance, $750. We're taking out the tires and tubes, we're taking out the prison detail naturally, because we can't receive it. Vehicle equipment is being taken out. Small equipment is down to 1,000. Bringing general supplies and materials down to 4,000. Removing the signs to roads and bridges. Uniforms are gonna remain the same, water's gonna remain the same, propane's gonna remain the same. Energy and electricity is gonna be $25,500. Telephone remains the same. Gas and diesel's $48,000. Bridge is $500. Piping is 0. Gravel is 0. Of course, we don't have a grant expense.
While we're on these roads and that striping stuff, are we gonna do that thing that Aaron gave us about the striping?
Yeah, we
With
need
the
to look
L-mix?
at that. There is, you want Spot to talk to it, or you want me to?
I just normally have you all through any application that we do for a grant. This will be coming out of the LMIG money.
She's doing
State
this
has
now.
additional money for safety. Project, the road being proposed or on the sheet provided, there'd be a match of about $75,000, which is 30%. If we got 250,000.
They can give up to 250 or down to nearly nothing. But as you see, most of it is striping, marking of the roads. So I guess it's approval to proceed to try to get the grant.
What, and it was a 300,000, and what's our portion?
75.
75? Pretty good deal.
The 30%.
Well, I personally hear it all the time that a lot of our county roads need striping.
Yes.
And the
severely
problem is
bad.
now, the paint
Yeah.
they got don't last but about 3 years and it's
Yep,
gone.
If you don't get that, whatever, I think Todd said that high gloss,
Visible.
high, whatever.
thermo striping.
That's that thermo
It doesn't-
striping.
It doesn't last.
It's higher, I mean, it lasts longer, the rest of it's just,
So I make a motion that we do this
We'll
got a
with
motion.
LMIG, yeah.
Our part.
Ken? Yep.
Our part, it can come out of road and bridges.
Right.
It can't-
Is that part of your motion, Danny, to take this 30% out of roads and
Roads and
bridges?
bridges, yes.
If I got a second. Well, then I'll second it. Any discussion? Aye.
Uh,
That's it for today, ain't it?
Well, let's make sure. So, we're gonna try to get a hold of elections, see if they wanna come.
I bet you won't get them today.
The
It's
taxes,
after 3 o'clock.
they're supposed to be there till 5.
There's,
Tax assessor will be Thursday, did you say?
that's correct.
Superior Court's in the morning, right?
Yes.
Will that be juvenile too, Tim? Superior?
Judicial system will be here.
What about
tomorrow.
DA? Is he gonna come?
He's not gonna come, but we'll go over his budget.
Do y'all wanna do DA?
Sure.
Page 25.
Page what?
25.
Page 25. Dead.
Page 23, 24, 22, then 23 again.
On the, group insurance, there's something going on there that the trend's 22.
Hold on, Keith, I ain't found it yet. 25, I had 23, 25.
here's a 25.
Here. It's a little hard.
Trend's 22,906.
He got it.
Did they not have an employee there for a while?
We're budgeting on that group insurance on the DA's office for 3 people.
Keep going back.
That's
25.
Put the front of them too.
that's budgeting for 3 people, but we haven't had 3 people. There's been such a change in command over there.
Who put this book together? Randy. The thing, you can put all that work stuff,
Okay.
and all that old work stuff.
Well, the only other thing I got, PepsiCo match, 48, so 4,900.
49.
Yep. Everything else pretty much on trend, I mean, beside, education and training. I would like to go to 7,600 on general supplies and materials, cause that's the trend.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Material.
yep.
Yeah. It's probably run a little bit high because they had a lot of different people in and out of the office here recently that needed some extra supplies in hand, so that's why it's running a tad bit higher. For the most part, he's pretty conservative.
It's got nothing down on the project for this year. I'm not showing this thing on that page.
No, he's got 250, but he hasn't used it. He probably won't.
$250 for travel.
That's what it's requested, you can't been nothing on you.
Yeah,
No use, that's correct.
he ain't go nowhere.
So on that, I know on the department head elect offices, we paying $41,000 for the,
No, that's gonna be pushed down to victim service coordinator, Danny.
huh?
That's gonna be dropping down the line item to victim service coordinator.
Okay, because because that's what we pay for, and then he get his salary, we don't pay any on his salary. All his salary comes from the other counties.
Right, that's gonna drop down.
This is here. All right.
You ain't gonna take.
But we don't pay him anything from here.
gonna take all them back, we gotta eat them tomorrow.
He don't want to do nothing here.
Sure he gets paid somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
I missed something, but I don't know whether I wanna know.
We good on that?
I missed something, but I don't know whether I wanna know.
Yeah.
We good on it?
Yes, sir. Aye.
All right, Randy, you wanna wrap it?
Yeah, the victim service coordinator is gonna be bumped down to that what got put up in the department head, but it's actually 41,005 is gonna be a victim service coordinator line item. The PepsiCo is gonna be $4,900, and then we're gonna reduce the supplies to $7,600.
Yep.
So Randy, just for my clarification, we don't pay the DA
No.
anything from the county. Now, the assistant, we do.
That's correct.
We pay her 66.
Whatever,
Her or him? I
her
think
or
it's
him, I
now.
don't, yeah, I don't know which one it is.
Last I knew it was a lady.
She been gone a long time.
Pardon me?
Oh, we got another her now? I thought we had a he there for a
We
while.
did.
That's,
So
yes, sir.
we pay the assistant.
That's correct.
And the victims coordinator.
That's correct.
But we don't pay the DA.
That's correct.
Okay.
The only other one, do we wanna do maintenance? I
was gonna leave that up to
I
you
hadn't
guys.
talked to Kenny, but
The only
we can
thing that- you know
discuss
what,
it.
the only thing that he's mentioned is a possible vehicle, because this has been on the blink, which is not included on this budget.
Well, the
but-
vehicle will actually be a splosh, so he's talking about a vehicle, but then he's talking about hiring somebody for his replacement, because he's talking about retiring, as he had
He
talked to
told me
you.
he
and-
was gonna retire at 70 years old. He said, when I get 70, I'm done.
Kenny,
Yeah.
Kenny's already said.
No, he's 69.
He's 69.
He's
He's
69.
fixing to turn
So-
70.
So they're 71.
No. He ain't as old as you are.
He said, told Randy he wasn't gonna leave county in a bind. We needed to probably start getting somebody's, so he could train them for a few months, but of course, with that being said, if we get somebody for 6 months, then this is like what the elections is gonna reflect. You're probably gonna have 1.5 times this 72, this requested 72.7, so, you know, you're gonna be looking at about 105, 110, something like that, Arlene, if you did
We have got.
for
like
6 months.
That thing at the courthouse that Kenny keeps limping along.
Yeah, but
Gotta find somebody
I'm talking about
limping that
just
thing.
ballpark
That
figure, so we can kinda,
System would cost. There's things that Kenny handles that I'm very familiar with, because I've watched my daddy help him with them for years.
yeah,
My daddy's getting
somewhere
retired.
around 110, 15,
Several different things. Charles,
6 months.
there's several things that Kenny owns that nobody knows but Kenny here. I mean,
That's the reason we need
we've
somebody
got
ahead
to
of
find
time.
somebody. There's no way somebody could come in, if Kenny walked out the door today, we'd be in a mess. I mean, trying to find, and I'm not sure that, judging from what I've heard from Bobby, he might, when Kenny leaves, he
Well, I
might go
think
with
sure.
him, yeah.
He might, but
And he might not, if he likes who he works with, he may stay a while.
who knows?
And,
But then we'd try to find somebody to replace.
yeah, at that point,
Bobby,
once
but-
we've got somebody trained, if they both
But I
leave.
think we're looking at department head, you might as well figure 18 months, because you got a whole year. But then if you hire somebody like 6 months, and I guess the thing about it is, when do we want
To bring them in.
to budget that for? Do we want to try to, obviously, we're not gonna get one July 1, but if we try to start targeting, are we gonna be
We need
hitting
to start
August,
advertising
September?
now, I'd say.
I know, but even if you start right now, by the time we did the interview process,
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're really pushing it to get it July 1.
No.
Yeah.
We need to clarify with Kenny too, that he still wishes to do this.
He indicated to Randy the other day on the phone that we needed to be planning for that. That's what he directly told.
It's exactly what he told me. He said, I promise you, when I get 70, I'm done.
Well, he didn't mention the exact date, but he said the commissioners really need to,
I mean, he didn't say
Really
70
look
and a
at-
half, or, you know, he,
yeah.
somewhere in that range, but
Well, when's his birthday?
that'd be January. Is he outside, Taylor? Kenny Crumley? He ain't still out there working on those lights? See if you can find him. He's out, he's been out.
I mean, I just don't wanna have to pay.
They had all
two
those
people
wires at the other end
so
of
long
it.
and
Becky-
what have
Well, I don't either.
you. And that's what,
But he, you know, I wanted to make sure, but he had indicated to,
Well, it looks like
Still the district attorney.
Chris said there's a lot of stuff Kenny knows that nobody knows the ends of.
Absolutely.
Like that
Well, I'll listen.
cooling system at the main courthouse and all. Oh, my God.
It's time.
and
That'd
not
be
that
nice.
you're gonna have somebody that can replace him, but somebody that can at least know what is there.
What would it
Well, the
cost to
things that he's
to
doing that
replace
they
that
need to
cooling
know.
system, that he limps that cooling system along?
Yes, all the time. He limps
I don't
that
think
big
you'd want
cooler
to,
down.
I don't know, because I don't think you'd want to go back with that type of system.
Well, I think it depends on what part we're limping through, because really and truly, as far as the cooling, it is a simple system. You are pumping water up and it's going in the tower and coming down.
It
And
is a
then
simple
it's-
system,
it's-
but keeping that squirrel cage fan, they have welded that thing up time and time again, where it would lock down on the weekends or something like that. And having to machine, that shaft is obsolete, you can't get it anymore. So when when parts of that thing go bad, you either have to patch it up, machine it, get creative, or you gotta replace that whole thing.
yeah.
It's a dinosaur.
But that's what I'm saying, if somebody at least understood
What,
the principle behind it and everything, it's, so maintenance is on page 83, if we want to proceed on with,
Are you still saying that?
yeah, because the meeting not over.
Maintenance on what page?
83.
83.
'82 to '81 to '82, now I hit '83. Well,
Did you say you put this book together?
This is a combination of putting things.
he's on me, Randy.
Andy,
Combination,
Randy, just
combination.
inform them
Your
that once
next, your
we
next
get,
one won't
once
have
we,
near as much.
once we get through it, and then you redo the whole thing, we won't have all that in there then,
No,
so it'll be
you won't-
gone.
You won't have any
Got
of the.
9 page 83s, and all of them's different. Look at this 83 and that 83.
Well, I got an 83 here, but
Well,
it's
before
not.
we do that, why don't we just go ahead and clear up page 83, 85 economic developer is zeroed out. So we can mark that off, it's zero.
On what economic development,
Yeah,
It's 0.
we're done with that.
yeah. Now,
All right, now we can get on.
I'm on my third 83.
Now we're going back to 83. 83 of 86, correct?
Would make,
Yeah, we're looking at somewhere around 105, 105,000 on that top line, Arlene.
on what now?
I don't know.
105, we'll put that in there for right now.
On what?
The very top line.
Top line, 105.
That's by hiring somebody?
Yeah.
Is that for 6 months, or,
That'd be basically 1.5.
so we're gonna, so we need to budget for insurance and all for 6 months too.
83 of 86.
Life insurance, short-term disability, the whole nine.
At the top?
Yeah, 'cause PepsiCo's right dead on trend.
One more. Right there, we're gonna put 105, that's what hiring,
Okay, I got you.
hiring the new man on the salary.
I got you.
I think we gotta have to leave uniforms at 500 because you're either gonna have one or two new ones.
When you coming in. Telephone.
Whether we hire somebody to, for Kenny's successor, they need somebody there. I mean, that's pretty, they don't have a lot of help, especially when Kenny's out or Bobby's out, and they've been out a good little bit, have they not? So, I mean, this successor would be a great thing, I believe. I mean, I don't think it's even questionable.
I think that's
So really, anybody got any other changes beside the first line?
it reads for itself.
I mean, everything else is trend and, I mean,
The insurance and all set, so
We don't require maintenance now for their safety boots, which they should. So that would be $140. I think it would be, that doesn't run from somebody else, that would be required, that was part of our, and you know, around a lot of things that we saw on the toes and whatever. But I had to have to get that good. So you may want to think about that.
so basically you're at 280 right there.
So what we would be doing would be hiring somebody
Plus,
to be manager of the maintenance department to replace Kenny when they leave, when he leaves.
yeah,
Somebody that, when you hire him, that's what we're gonna be interviewing for, a manager, yeah.
a maintenance supervisor, department head.
Department head.
Yeah.
That additional salary we put in the succession plan.
That's what you was talking about, wasn't it?
Well, I'll go ahead and make the necessary changes on the
Road department.
top line item, then
I
I'll
think
adjust the
500 will probably
group
cover it.
insurance and the
If you want.
benefits.
Come close.
And Charles, essentially, I guess, in the future, when we find out something on Wayne and the road department, that's what we're gonna have to do there. Is that
If
how-
I can ever get, I
Yeah.
mean, what he's telling me is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on till he promised me he'll let us know. And I told him, I said, I don't wanna know 2 weeks in advance. I don't wanna know a month in advance.
Yeah,
So we got magistrate gonna come, probate gonna come,
that's a matter to be discussed.
the sheriff's coming, fire EMS,
And water department.
senior center, rec department, all those are coming,
I don't, Chris can lead them on.
No,
and water department. All them scheduled
Well, as far as I know, senior in transit's gonna be Thursday. Unless, is she on vacation? Well, she said it would be in here Thursday at 10:30 would be fine for her. I think that's when,
We ought to be able to get everybody in tomorrow, shouldn't we?
Well, we've already done tomorrow.
Well, but tax assessor's not gonna be here.
We've done the clerk of court,
The,
attorney.
Yeah, we've done recycles, road, corner.
the sheriff will be Thursday morning.
Clerk of court, district attorney,
We've done.
The judges are coming tomorrow, right?
huh?
We've
that's
already-
correct. Stephen Nevels is coming in the morning, Superior Court and Juvenile Court. Magistrate Court's coming, the probate court is coming. Elections, we don't have an answer to yet. The Health Department, we've already done. DFACS, we've already done.
Clerk of court,
Fire and EMS, they're scheduled to come at 1:30 and all the Water Department at 3 o'clock.
recycle,
But you're probably gonna be, if you start at 9, you're gonna be finished up before 12 for sure,
health department.
easily.
Which we may be, if we start running ahead, we may be able to get fire department in here
Possibility,
before lunch.
sure. I think getting the fire department here before lunch is a big possibility.
So
We may want to try to schedule them for like 10 o'clock.
are
Okay.
we gonna move everybody up since we've knocked out a lot of them?
Well, I think only Thursday's gonna be part of a day, cause you got sheriff first thing, and transit is at 10:30.
Because that's the day they can, that's the only day they can come.
That's the
why
only
we're
day
scheduled.
those two can come. But that's it for Thursday.
Then you got the sheriff, you'll have the senior in transit, you have the rec department, and
On
tax
Thursday?
assessors. And the
Thursday.
tax assessor.
We done knocked all those out.
Yeah, and tax assessor.
So tomorrow, we just got, what, the Superior Court, Juvenile Court, Magistrate Court, and Probate Court, and Fire and Water.
Superior and juvenile be together.
same, yeah.
That'll be Neville's.
But then we'll have the EMS and Fire and then Water.
I'm gonna try to move, fire EMS till 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd work.
And then that way, we can move
Horace
Horace up to like 1:30, 1:30, and then
Through.
we'll be done.
Was you gonna try to get a hold of elections?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you gonna do that, try to get a hold of them?
I'll try to get a hold of Andre.
Okay. I'll get the fire department changed in Horace. I'll see if he can do that. The ones on Thursday is pretty much,
Yeah,
That's the only time they
can't
come.
move.
of course, Vicky's here in the building. She can be here whenever we get ready. Tax assessor.
Thursday though.
Yeah. She can come.
We can work her in between those two.
Sure.
Won't be no problem. All right,
Sounds
that's
good.
it. 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion by Bo,
Second.
second by Chris. Bo? Aye. You got it off?
Oh, my back, killing me.